Greetings to all my brothers and sisters all around the world who are followers of William Marion Branham, and also my brothers and sisters at the Total Exodus Assembly in Trinidad and Tobago and in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I want to greet all you lovely black people all around the world. And the reason why I've been so specific is because I've been called and sent to bring a message of love, peace, and emancipation to you. Okay? Now, before I go any further, I just want to say, I sitting here and I didn't even realize I was sitting next to this lovely, nice smelling mint that we normally make tea with. And it reminds me of the nice, lovely, smelling aroma of the Savior. When I speak about the Savior, I am speaking about the man within. I'm not speaking of anyone outside of myself, but the one within. He's a sweet-smelling Savior, the man of imagination. Now, what I want to speak to you about this morning is about Billy Paul, who is the son of William Branham, and the earthquake, the great earthquake, and Los Angeles sinking, and the sharks swimming in and out of the store. Now, to those who have run with the message and have built churches, denominations, or organization with forms and rituals, with an interpretation that is actually literal, because they have run with the exoteric side of the message and not the esoteric side of the message, because they fail to understand the message of symbology and fail to understand that the original Bible, which is Hebrew, which was in Hebrew, was not a language that you explore with the tongue. It was a language of symbology. And those things were put there by mystics, wise ones. And it takes mystics, prophet mystics, sages, yogis, and so on, wise ones in general, to get the experience and then bring it to the people in an audible way. Because the greatest mystery can never be known intellectually, it must be experienced. Now I'm going to break down for you and show you why before this time none, absolutely none, could have touched this part that I'm going to touch concerning Billy Paul. Well, the prophet said that Billy Paul would not become an old man before he experienced the great earthquake that would sink Los Angeles. And that sharks would be swimming in and out of a particular store or building that was there, and that they would feast upon the flesh of humans. Okay? Now, when they speak about Billy Paul becoming an old man, was just using a symbol of Billy Paul's death. Because as we know, if you look at the different seasons and you take from spring right up to winter, it is the story of our life. Winter is when everything actually ceases. Okay? Spring is when it is blooming and bringing forth. And winter is the height, at the highest level, at the heat, where it's hot, where it brings forth so much life. Okay? And then you have autumn, where it starts closing down. That's where our teeth start falling out and our hair starts dropping off and so on. So that's what he was speaking about, that Billy Paul will not die until the great earthquake. The great earthquake is speaking of the great shaking of which I have experienced. It is not a great earthquake without, but it's a great earthquake within. So he knew that the message of the great shaking would come forth before Billy Paul leave. He knows also that the one who will bring the other side of the pyramid and fit them together and take you from mentalism to gender and show you where from mentalism to gender would take you from faith to love, which would really actually take you from time to eternity, and explain and break down all of these things for you. And the true meaning of the Star of David. Okay? So basically we're saying that the shaking will take place, and when he speak about Los Angeles going under, it is speaking about thoughts. Now let me break that down and make it a little bit more simple for you. Los Angeles, he told you, is actually lost angels. Now what are your angels? Your angels are messengers. What brings message to you? Your intuition, your thoughts. Everything begins with an idea. So they are your ideas and your thoughts, they are your messengers bringing message to you. So that's how the infinite one or the universe communicates with us. So he was saying, when this take place, that all those who run and went and built their organized church and their religion with their rituals and their farms, that they would sink under, they would go under, because this truth will rise above those lies, and they will go to the bottom of the ocean. It means that truth will always stand above or beyond that which is not true. So he's showing you that when this, before Billy Paul leave the scene, that this thing would take place, because the one who experienced the great earthquake would have gone beyond the camp of organization, of organized religion, of farms and rituals. So one would increase and the other would decrease. So when you talk about the earthquake, because when the Bible speaks about the earth will come to an end and so on, the end of the world, it's talking about your world will come to an end. So their ministry and so on, and their teaching and so on, those will come to an end because they will go under. It doesn't mean people wouldn't still follow them. The blind will continue leading the blind and will all keep falling over ditch. Because what I'm saying is only for those who are actually willing and ready and open-minded enough to go further, who do not want to settle for a church life but want to come into reality, not just holding to theory. Okay, and then when you speak about the sharks, okay, now a shark is really a fish, okay, and a fish is supposed to be eating the things of the ocean, okay, and because you wasn't being fed with the right diet, he's showing you now that they will be devoured because it wasn't the right diet. So he's just using a symbol when you speak about shark will devour the flesh. The power of the truth will devour all of the lies. That's what he's talking about. And when he speak about the building, it was speaking about this house, this building, that the power will be moving through. Because the shark have to open its mouth. And I had to open my mouth to devour the lies by exposing the lies and bringing the truth to black people. Because the message, the real true message, the exoteric message the message to look within, the message to get away from organized religion and denomination, it was actually hidden from black people. And those who wanted to gain from you and continue to be your masters, they brought that kind of message to you. But here I am explaining something that their preachers, even in America, they have resigned from the ministry because you see Billy Paul, an old man, down 80, I guess he's 80 plus now, and then sooner or later he's gonna die. And I'm saying this to you, of which many of those who run around the world calling themselves prophets and apostles have never brought to you. And I'm saying to you that Billy Paul is gonna die, and you're not gonna see Los Angeles sink because it's not the truth that was brought to you, and the Bible is not literal, and the exoteric message was not a literal message, and it could only be revealed to you by a mystic, one like myself, of which I didn't choose to be a mystic. I think I've gotten my message across to you. I've gotten the truth across to you, and this is for those of whom I've been sent to, and my words will not return unto me void, but it will accomplish. Now, with that being said, I want to thank you all very much for your patience, your time and your patience in listening to me. Now, I will always encourage you to follow your intuition, because my message is to look within, not to join. Okay, and if your intuition is telling you to subscribe, you can subscribe. If your intuition is telling you to like or dislike, use your prerogative. If your intuition is telling you to comment, comment. If your intuition is putting something on your heart that you like me to speak on, you can ask of me also. If your intuition is asking of you to ask of me to use my imagination on your behalf, I am here and I'm willing to do that for you, my brothers, my sisters. With that being said, peace. I'm out.